All right, so the coin we are covering today is Cosmos, which is just getting destroyed in the last 48 hours, but is now bouncing back a little bit today, along with the rest of the market. But I think Cosmos really got whacked pretty unfairly in the last 48 hours in terms of market cap, because they are arguably one of the most important projects in the entire blockchain space. The Cosmos SDK is responsible for helping build some of the largest cryptocurrencies that we know and love today, including Terra, BNB, Crypto.com, and a bunch of others. So I think it's created a nice little undervalued scenario here, in my opinion, obviously not financial advice. But this is a project that by design doesn't get a lot of hype or fanfare. They get compared with Polkadot, and for good reason. They occupy a very similar or kind of adjacent area of the market. And arguably have a lot more traction and adoption than Polkadot. We obviously, love Polkadot too, but the difference in market cap is just very vast. Polkadot right now is still sitting at a market cap of 28 billion versus Atom's 3.5 billion. So I think a lot of that really just has to do with Atom's lack of really any interest in marketing. They do hardly any of it, which I think is good. They have one PR person, but they don't do a whole lot on that front. They kind of let their work and their adoption just do the talking. They're very developer focused and just, heads down building the future, which I really like. I mean, you want to be invested in, the projects with their heads down and building amazing products. And that's kind of exactly what they've been doing. 20 years ago, you wouldn't have wanted to be invested in pets.com, who was doing all the marketing in the world and taking out Super Bowl ads. You would have wanted to put your chips into Google, who was doing no marketing. But they recently announced the Cosmos 2.0. They have a whole bunch on the roadmap and incredible traction. But the Cosmos 2.0 Stargate upgrade, which in theory should make them the most interoperable chain, pretty much in the game. Basically, the internet of interoperable blockchains is the easiest way to kind of describe that. But yeah, with the release of the IBC or Inter Blockchain Communication Protocol, Cosmos is, in my opinion, just set up to completely explode in the years to come. IBC is super complicated, but the best way to explain it is if you imagine every blockchain right now as a small tribe living on an island, what IBC kind of enables is like the discovery of shipbuilding, which just allows those tribes to travel between each other and talk to each other. But IBC, could or should open up just a literal world of possibilities, allowing blockchains to, interoperate, transfer value, interchange assets, services, and connect like they just haven't before, which is terribly needed in the space. I mean, we're all used to Internet 1.0 and Internet 2.0, where it's not like the Wall Street Journal is like, hey, we're going to build our blockchain just on, or our publication just on Internet Explorer, and that's the only way you can access it or communicate with it or talk to it. This is, terrible analogy, but, Cosmos kind of enables the Wall Street Journal to be on Internet Explorer and Chrome and Safari and what have you. But not a great analogy, but kind of the easiest way to kind of distill down what they're doing, kind of comparing that to 1.0 and 2.0. But yeah, just an incredible team. But the comparisons with Polkadot, I think are definitely fair. And you kind of have, it's an issue of like Polkadot's founder is Gavin Wood, who's the CTO and co-founder of Ethereum, and just like one of the most bankable and recognizable names in the space. And then like Cosmos, on the other hand, arguably is doing a lot more and more important, in my opinion. But their founder left. It's not like the best kind of story that people can kind of get around. But yeah, I think they're just super undervalued here, especially today at $3.5 billion. And I think they're just set up in the years to come to just grow like crazy. It's tough to make a price prediction this week or in the last 48 hours or really last 2 weeks. But we still think Cosmos can 10x here in the next year to come, and I would roughly put them at what Polkadot's valuation is right now. But yeah, the potential is just massive for Atom, and they're just one of the most respected teams and projects in the space. They're kind of like the Gary Oldman of the blockchain, just kind of like an actor's actor or a blockchain's blockchain. Everybody uses them, everybody likes them, everybody respects their work. But in terms of just kind of market cap and, community adoption is just not as strong as some of the other ones. But yeah, that's kind of our take on Cosmos, and we're still super, super bullish on what they're doing. But let us know what you guys think of Cosmos and the project and this kind of recent contraction, if you think it's a buying opportunity or not. I personally do, but obviously not financial advice. But yeah, still very bullish on the space and on Cosmos in general. But yeah, give us a like and subscribe, download the podcast, do those internet things. Let us know of any other kind of tokens that are on your radar that you'd like us to check out. Because yeah, I think the market right now is just creating some really, really interesting buying opportunities. But yeah, and check out the link down below if you want to check out BlockFi. BlockFi also is getting pretty much whacked, PR wise right now. But we still really like BlockFi and use BlockFi. But yeah, if you use that link, you get up to $250 in Bitcoin or free Bitcoin bonus for downloading or for depositing up to or $100 or more. But check out the details if you want to check out BlockFi. But yeah, let us know of any projects and yada yada. And I'm just freaking babbling at this point, so I'm just gonna hit stop record.